What if I told you that you're only using 10% of your brain? Right now, as you watch this, what if a vast, untapped wilderness of cognitive power lies dormant inside your own head? That's a powerful idea, isn't it? It suggests that the person you are today is just a fraction of the person you could be. We all have moments where we wish we were smarter, faster, more creative. The 10% myth whispers a tantalizing secret. You already are. It promises the key to unlocking genius-level intellect, psychic abilities, unimaginable creativity. Not about learning something new, but awakening something ancient and powerful, already there, waiting for a switch to be flipped. What would happen if you could unlock the other 90%? Would your thoughts move at the speed of light, solving complex equations in a heartbeat? Would you be able to learn any language in a matter of hours, or compose a symphony in a single sitting? The idea has fueled countless science fiction stories, turning ordinary people into superheroes of the mind. But with that immense power comes a darker, more unsettling question. Would your brain even be able to handle it? Would you become a genius? Or would your brain simply collapse? Today, we are going to destroy one of the biggest myths in human history. So where did this captivating yet completely false idea come from? It emerged from a series of misinterpretations at the dawn of modern psychology. One of the names most frequently attached to the myth is William James. In his writings, James often spoke about the vast, untapped human potential. He once remarked that the average person rarely achieves more than a small fraction of their possible mental and physical capacity. His intention was to inspire. This was a metaphorical statement, not a scientific claim about the physical usage of the brain's tissue. However, his words were easily twisted. The vague idea of a small fraction conveniently became a neat and memorable 10%. Lowell Thomas helped cement the myth in the public consciousness in the 1930s. In the foreword to Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, Thomas attributed the 10% figure to William James. Millions of readers accepted this as scientific truth. The myth was no longer a misunderstanding. It was a motivational tool. From there, Hollywood took the baton. Sci-fi writers and filmmakers saw immediate narrative potential. The myth became a staple, granting ordinary characters extraordinary powers. The early days of neuroscience also inadvertently contributed to the confusion. They could identify the functions of certain regions. However, vast areas of the cerebral cortex didn't seem to respond when stimulated with electrodes. Some early researchers referred to them as silent areas. But the name silent areas was tragically misleading. The reality was that these regions are the very hubs that integrate information, link sensory input with memory, and perform the complex cognitive tasks that make us human. They are anything but silent. They are the conductors of the brain's grand orchestra. The most direct way to dismantle the 10% myth is to simply look at the brain in action. If the 10% myth were true, these scans would show small, isolated pockets of activity. But that is the exact opposite of what we see. Every fMRI scan ever taken tells the same story. Our brains are constantly active, even when you are engaged in the simplest of tasks. Scans show activity distributed across many different areas. Think of your brain like the lights in your house. You don't turn on every single light, all at once. But over the course of a day, you use virtually every part of your brain. Another devastating blow comes from energy consumption. Despite making up only about 2% of your total body weight, it consumes a staggering 20% of your body's total energy. Evolution is notoriously ruthless when it comes to efficiency. It's highly unlikely evolution would favor a large, energy-hungry brain only to let 90% of it sit idle. From a biological standpoint, maintaining a vast, unused neural network would be an incredible waste. Even when you are sound asleep, your brain is hard at work, consolidating memories, clearing out metabolic waste. This background activity requires huge fuel. To truly understand, we need to zoom in and look at the brain's fundamental building blocks, the neurons. Each neuron can form thousands of connections, creating a mind-bogglingly complex network. This is a fundamental principle of neuroscience known as synaptic pruning, or more simply, use it or lose it. Instead of a few lights being on, a better metaphor might be a symphony orchestra. Not every instrument plays at the same loudness all the time. Even the musicians who are resting are not doing nothing. Similarly, no part of your brain is ever truly offline. It's just waiting for its cue. As many researchers have stated in various forms, there is no silent part of the brain. If you love science-based truth like this, subscribe to Doubts Undertaker, like this video, and share it with someone who still believes this myth. So, to even begin our hypothetical journey, what if 100% of your neurons, all 86 billion of them, were to fire simultaneously in one massive, synchronized burst of activity? The result wouldn't be music. It would be a deafening, chaotic, and meaningless blast of noise. This is what simultaneous 100% activation would be like for your brain. If every neuron fired at once, all patterns would be erased. It would be the opposite of heightened intelligence. It would be the immediate end of all coherent thought. The most direct and immediate consequence would be a grand mal seizure of unimaginable intensity. Now imagine that uncontrolled electrical storm happening not in one small part of the brain, but across every single one of its 86 billion neurons simultaneously. This leads us to an even darker consequence known as excitotoxicity. Excessive glutamate is a potent neurotoxin. The brain would essentially be poisoning itself from the inside out. It wouldn't just be a temporary overload, it would be a permanent physical destruction of the brain's very structure. Our brains are filled with sophisticated built-in safeguards. One of the most critical of these is the principle of neural inhibition. The idea of unlocking your brain's full potential by removing these inhibitors is like trying to make a car go faster by cutting the brake lines. It guarantees a crash. The energy demand would be astronomical. Within seconds, the brain would suffer a catastrophic energy crisis, leading to a complete shutdown. The limits are not chains holding us back. They are the safety mechanisms that allow the miracle of consciousness to happen at all. True human potential is not about unlocking dormant brain regions, but about harnessing the brain's incredible, lifelong ability to change and adapt. This remarkable capacity is known as neuroplasticity. Every time you learn a new skill, you are physically changing the structure of your brain. The neural pathways involved in that skill become stronger, faster, and more efficient. When scientists scan the brains of professional musicians, they find that the areas dedicated to motor control, hearing, and finger dexterity are significantly larger. Similarly, the brains of London taxi drivers show a physically larger hippocampus, a region crucial for spatial memory. They are people who, through thousands of hours of dedicated practice, sculpted their brains for a specific purpose. You just need to focus on optimizing the biological systems that support your already powerful brain. During deep sleep, your brain does its most important maintenance work. It clears out metabolic waste that builds up during waking hours. Exercise stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for neurons. The real secret isn't unlocking more power, but achieving greater clarity, focus, and health with the power you already possess. So, we have come to the end of our journey from a persistent myth to the profound reality of the human brain. We have seen that the idea of using only 10% of your brain is a complete fiction. The truth is ultimately more empowering than the myth. The real question is not how much of your brain you use, but how well you use it. This shift in perspective moves us from a passive fantasy of hidden power to an active role in our own cognitive journey. If this video clarified your doubts, hit like, comment your thoughts below, and share this with a curious mind. Don't forget to subscribe to Doubts Undertaker. The truth is always more interesting than the fiction.